Today on Studio G, we'll take you to an event that had people trading in their Easter eggs for basketballs.
Plus, reporter Bree Bradley shows us some tips to help us fit into last year's bathing suits as summer is fast approaching.
And a pink locker room? We'll have details of one of minor league baseball's has done to one of its fields during the show. Happy April Fool's Day. We aren't joking around. Studio G starts right now. Welcome to this post edition of Studio G. I'm Allison Whitley.
And I'm Heather Fairberger.
Well, yesterday many of us were cracking open our Easter eggs. Young basketball players traded in their Easter eggs to dribble this court on a tournament this past weekend. Reporter Alexis Murr shoots us the details.
Over 200 youth basketball teams came into town to participate in the Las Vegas Easter Showdown tournament, hosted by Bigfoot Hoops. The basketball games were held all weekend long at various recreational centers across the valley.
This particular spring, we have a very high pool of teams that are high talented, if you will. We have probably the number 2, number 3 team in the country, the Houston Hoops, that will be here. They have about 7 Division I players on their team. Throughout the years of not only Vision Sports, but of Bigfoot Hoops, we've probably had about 200 or so NBA players to actually have played in our tournaments. We've had players like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant, all of those guys have played in our tournaments.
This tournament makes it possible for coaches to put their own teams together despite local zoning for middle school or high school teams. Coach Uzan of the Las Vegas Knicks sees a bond in his team that most school basketball teams don't have.
Not all these kids go to school together. But they all live in the same neighborhood together, and so they've been friends for 6 years, 7 years. They've been playing together, and so this is a time where they get to play together. We go out of town a lot. We do a lot of traveling, and so these kids know each other better than they know themselves, you know, and they really like it. They really like it a lot better than playing at school. So
this may seem like all fun and games, but for the youth, it is much more than that. The Bigfoot Hoops Easter Showdown is a great way for these young athletes to show their athletic ability on the court.
I hope to make it to NBA. That's all I want to do. I really don't have a backup plan. This is like my thing. I'm doing this.
I'll do anything to succeed in basketball.
The Easter Showdown tournament might be over, but Bigfoot Hoops will be back in April, and that is when these basketball star hopefuls will have the shot to impress college scouts.
If you would like to keep up with the upcoming Bigfoot Hoops tournaments, go to BigfootHoops.com for more details.
After 2 days of searching, no bodies have been found at the burned-down Key Largo Casino. Initial reports said the cadaver dogs alerted firefighters of possible bodies at the site. Searches by crews, including Nevada Task Force 1 on Saturday and Sunday, turned up no bodies. It is unclear what will be done with the site in the future. An early morning crash on the I-15 near the Las Vegas Motor Speedway has claimed a life. According to NHP, the man who was driving an SUV was the only one in the vehicle.
Spring break has come and gone and left many of us realizing summer isn't that far away. But the thought of trying to fit into that last year's bathing suit is stressful enough. Our very own Bree Bradley reviews a few popular exercise options that may or may not be beneficial.
You've seen the infomercials, the hundreds of ways to shed weight and get that beach body before swimsuit season. But which methods truly provide results? I did some research on some of the most popular workout trends. I'm sure you've seen or heard about the Tread Climber by Bowflex. This machine was built to enhance cardio exercise by incorporating 3 pieces of equipment into one. The moving belts allowing you to walk forward like a treadmill, 2 independent treadles so you can also step up like a stair climber, combined with the low impact motion of an elliptical. Advertisements claim working with the Tread Climber technology allows you to burn up to 3.5 times the calories as with other machines. But is the cost of the machine worth it? On average, a Bowflex tread climber costs between $2,200 and $3,500. Let's be honest, not everyone has that sort of money to spend on exercise equipment. The cost, joined with numerous online reviews from customers complaining of confusing assembly guidelines, mechanical failure, and shipment delay, makes this machine a little hard to recommend. Then you have new popular workout programs accessible through DVDs like P90X and Insanity. Just what are you getting yourself into when you sign up for a workout program that calls itself Insanity? These 60-day home-based classes are the most difficult cardiovascular-based DVD workout program on the market today due to the strenuous pace of each workout. Before drooling over the rock-hard bodies that have shown proven results, be aware of the pros and cons of each routine. The positives of this type of workout plan include the guaranteed increase in cardiovascular fitness, easy accessibility at home, and being able to control the pace through a remote. You do not need to purchase weights or additional workout equipment, and the included elite nutrition plan helps keep your body in balance. Nonetheless, the Insanity and P90X workouts are highly intense and designed for people who are already in shape. These programs take a huge amount of self-discipline and dedication. The program is not intended for people seeking to increase muscle size and gain a lot of strength, as there are no weights involved and little resistance-based moves. And finally, the $120 price tag may be a bit high for some people, though you can split it into 3 payments. Now that spring break has come and gone and we've gotten a bit of a reality of just how close summer is, getting back into that beach body form is on all of our minds. However, don't be so quick to run out and purchase the first infomercial workout regimen that you can find. Do a little bit of research, get a better understanding, and don't let over boisterous advertising be the reason you purchase a product. And remember, always work out at your own pace. For Studio G, I'm Bree Bradley.
Some good advice from Bree. When those expensive machines and classes just aren't enough, it's always nice to have the option of the gym membership with minor fees included at the UNLV college tuition.
The election for next President of the United States is not for another 3 years. But one government official wants to pass a bill to place wagers on the next leader of the free world. Reporter Carl Winder has more.
In Las Vegas, a person can bet on a lot of things, from March Madness to the coin toss at the Super Bowl. But one state senator wants to change that by taking gaming to the next level by betting on the next president of the United States.
We have wagering on football games, basketball games, boxing, and this would just add a new category, which is federal elections.
Tick Sagerbloom introduced Senate Bill 418, which would allow sport books to take bets on who would be the next president and other elections.
They bet on our elections in England. They spend millions of dollars on the presidential election in betting, and it just occurred to me, why don't we have that here?
Director of UNLV's Center for Gaming, David Schwartz, said prop bets like this wouldn't be a big money draw.
I don't think this is going to be a huge moneymaker. If you look at last year, there was about $170 million that the sportsbooks won. Only about $10 million of that was from everything besides baseball, basketball, football.
Even though it won't generate a lot of revenue, Schwartz said it will be unique to Nevada.
It's something that people will only be able to do in Nevada for now, which is really something that the state needs, with gambling available so many other places.
Now, the legislature has until April 12th to pass this gaming bill. For if they do not, people in Nevada will have to wait till the next legislative session to bet on their new government leaders. Reporting from the newsroom, I'm Carl Winder, Studio G.
According to Irish bookmaker Paddy Power, Hillary Clinton is odds-on favorite to be the next president of the United States at 7-2. Other candidates on the website include Sarah Palin at 50-1, Donald Trump at 200-1, and Eva Longoria at 400-1. After the break, we'll have some national news from Austin Ennie.
And we'll look at how Easter was celebrated in the Vatican with our new Pope Francis. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Art Department at UNLV, where students can express their creative side. You can also check out the current exhibits at the Grant Hall Gallery, Jesse Metcalf Gallery, and Donna Beam Gallery of Fine Art, featuring recent artwork displays by students, staff, and local artists. Whether your forte is taking photos, painting a picture, or carving a sculpture, make sure to check out the UNLV Art Department located in the Alta Ham Fine Arts Building.
convenience. It saves me a lot of money because I'm on a meal plan basically, and it saves me time because I don't have to walk across the street. It saves me gas because I don't have to drive anywhere to eat, and especially being a lazy college student, I can just walk right over here when I'm hungry and not have to wait that much longer to get food.
Welcome back to Studio G.
Now it's time for your national news, and for that we check in with Austin Ennie in the newsroom. Austin?
That's right. Thank you, Heather. Time for a quick look at what's happening around the nation today. We start today in Oklahoma, where hundreds of dental patients are expected to get tested for HIV and hepatitis after state dental board's investigators found what they called horrific conditions at a Tulsa dentist's office. A few hundred Oklahoma dental patients lined up for HIV and hepatitis tests on Saturday, all because an investigation found unsanitary conditions at Tulsa dentist W. Scott Harrington's office. No criminal charges have been filed against Harrington. He and his lawyer have not returned numerous calls for a comment. Screenings will operate 10 hours a day starting today, but patients have to wait 2 to 3 weeks for results that could potentially change their life. Well, if you were on Facebook within the past week, you might have noticed something different about your friend's Facebook profile picture. The social networking site says millions of users changed their profile image on Tuesday. That's the same day the U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments in a case concerning same-sex marriages. The Human Rights Campaign had urged people on Monday to change their Facebook profile pictures to a pink on red equal sign. The change was aimed at showing support for same-sex marriage. By Tuesday, Facebook says 2.7 million users had made the change. And finally, in news today, Easter eggs were delivered this past weekend, but not by the Easter Bunny himself. Dozens of kids gathered in Michigan yesterday for an extra special event. This helicopter dumped 50,000 Easter eggs down in Saginaw. It was all part of an event hosted by the Life Church. The church says its eggs were filled with candies and toys. The celebration also included balloon animal twisters and 4 bounce houses for kids to enjoy. Well, that does it for your national news for this Monday. Now let's send it back to the desk with Allison Whitley. Allison?
Thanks, Austin. Nearly 250,000 people gathered in St. Peter's Square Sunday to hear Pope Francis' first Easter Mass message, where the Pope wished peace and good fortune to other countries around the world.
Peace in Iraq, that every act of violence may end, and above all, for our dear Syria, for its people torn by conflict, and for the many refugees who await help and comfort. How much blood has been shed, and how much suffering must there still be before a political solution to the crisis will be found.
The Pope also wished for peace in a world that has been torn apart by human trafficking and drug trafficking. It was all a message of hope from the Pope, a Pope that appears to have become a symbol of change in the Vatican compared to his predecessors.
Moving over to our nation's capital, this morning, the President and First Lady are celebrating Easter by hosting the annual Easter egg roll in the front of the White House lawn.
See all of you, and I just want to say welcome. You guys brought the great weather. It was a little shaky this morning, but all of you did a great job sending a message upstairs, and now we've got beautiful weather.
This year's theme is Be Healthy, Be Active, Be You, promoting healthy eating and exercise, and featured live music, sports courts, cooking stations, and Easter egg rolling. Celebrities also made an appearance on the front lawn, including NASCAR's Danica Patrick, The Wanted, and Jordan Sparks, and Kid President. This is the 135th year of the White House Easter egg roll.
That's pretty interesting. I wish I was there.
I know, that looks so much fun.
And have you seen the young president?
I love him, Kid President.
Yeah,
he's so funny.
He's so cute.
Easter is one of the most important religious holidays of the year for many Christians, a time to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. But just how many Christians really believe that Christ will return? According to a Pew Research survey, roughly Half. About 48% of Christians in the U.S. believe that Christ will definitely or probably return to earth in the next 40 years. 28% say Jesus will probably not return, and 14% just don't know. Coming up on Studio G, Jamie Seymour will tell us how long this great weather will last.
Plus, sports with Alex Bull, so stay tuned.
Where is the moment we need it the most? You kick up the leaves and the magic is lost. And tell me your blue skies fade to gray. And tell me your passion's gone away. And I don't need no carrying on. You stand in the line just to hit a new low. You're faking a smile with the coffee to go. And tell me your life's been way offline. You fall into pieces every time. And I don't need no carrying on. 'Cause you had a bad day.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Jamie Seymour and here's today's weather. Right now it's a beautiful 70 degrees, sunny, very nice. You might want to watch out for those winds, 14 miles an hour. If you have springtime allergies, they might be acting up today. And looking at our averages, we're slightly below average at 70 degrees. We're usually at 74. It's not too bad, not as warm as a couple years ago at 92 degrees. So I'm going to enjoy these mild temperatures today. And looking at our local temperatures around the southern Nevada, we have 42 degrees in Lake Tahoe, slightly cloudy, 56 degrees up in Fallon, and a warm 66 degrees over in St. George. At our national temperatures for today, we have 54 degrees up in Seattle, 38 degrees in Detroit, little chilly for my taste, and a warm 83 degrees down in Midland. Our weather across the nation, we have snow showers moving up through Michigan and lake effect showers. We have unseasonably cold temperatures and snow moving along New England, as well as snow moving across northern Nevada and Utah. Looking at our 7-day outlook. It's very warm this week. We are looking at 80 degrees throughout most of the week. Lows are remaining in the 60s and getting a little chilly towards the end of the week, but still very beautiful out. That's all the weather I have for you today. Now over to sports with Alex Bull.
It's called March Madness for a reason, and this weekend's Elite 8 games proved it. The number 9 seed Wichita State Shockers defeated second-seeded Ohio State Buckeyes 70-66 on Saturday. However, Wichita nearly had a shocker as they let a 20-point lead with 11 minutes remaining slip away. Shannon Scott's free throws with 2:49 left cut the lead to 62-59, but a clutch three-pointer by Tequili Cotton with 2:20 left sealed the deal. In the East region, number 4 seeded Syracuse shut down number 3 Marquette 55-39. Marquette struggled to find a way to penetrate the half-court 2-3 zone defense that Syracuse smothered them with, making only 12 of 53 shots. That's a measly 23%. Syracuse are currently holding teams to a 29% shooting, including 15% on three-pointers. Michigan destroyed the Florida Gators in the South region 79-59. It is the first time Michigan has made it this far since 1993 during the Fab 5 era. The second game saw one of the most emotional and can't bear to watch moments of this year's event. With 6:33 remaining in the first half of Louisville-Duke game, Kevin Ware tried to contest a three-pointer by Duke's Tyler Thornton. As Ware landed, his leg buckled, bending almost in a right angle, snapping it in 2 places. Teammates Shane Behanan and Wayne's Blackshear fell to the floor in horror. Ware was stretchered off, but teammates gathered around him as he told him, "Win this game." This seemed the inspiration needed as the Cardinals would go on to win 85-63. I want to wish Ware a speedy recovery. While moving on to the NBA, with their 27-game winning streak at an end, the Miami Heat have set their sights on a new goal: overall home court advantage. While that took a massive jump forward as they defeated their nearest rival, San Antonio Spurs, 88-86. Coming only 2 games in front of the Spurs, the Heat decided to rest their star duo of Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, along with starting point guard Mario Chalmers. However, the forgotten member of the Big Three stepped up. Bosch scored 23 points, including the winning three-pointer with 1.9 seconds remaining. The Heat used a strong third quarter to take a marginal lead into the fourth, but after Tim Duncan missed a short jumper with 10 seconds left, cue Bosch heroics. The Heat now own the tiebreaker. Other results: the New York Knicks defeated Boston Celtics 108-89. Washington Wizards beat Toronto Raptors 109-92. New Orleans Hornets cruised by Cleveland Cavaliers 112-92, and the Chicago Bulls narrowly got past Detroit Pistons 95-94. Well, on to Rebel sports. UNLV baseball team completed a 3-game sweep of Air Force Academy with an 8-7 victory yesterday. They moved 28 on the season and are 7-3 when playing on Easter. They return to action versus Fresno State this Friday. UNLV's men's tennis saw their 13-game home streak come to an end yesterday as they narrowly lost to number 45 ranked San Diego State Aztecs 4-3. The Rebels led 3-0 with the doubles point and victories from Gillard Berman and Ace Matthijs, but the Aztecs would come back, winning the next 4 matches. Next up for the Rebels is a trip to Albuquerque to take on the Lobos. While UNLV swimming saw another top 16 finish as many days at the NCAA Championships, Balint Batka finished 14th in the 200 fly, posting a time of 1 minute 44 seconds. His morning swim of 1 minute 43 made him the first Rebel to go under 1:44 in the event in 23 years. Well, that concludes all the sports I have for you today. This has been Alex Bull. After the break, I will be joined by Pat Armstrong of the UNLV baseball team. Stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Police Officer Paul Velez with the UNLV Police Department. What you just saw was an example of how quickly your property can be stolen here on campus. On campus, our #1 reported crime is unattended property theft. Here's some helpful tips. Always keep your property secure and on your person, and if you need to leave your property behind, ask somebody to help you and to watch your stuff while you're gone. And also, be aware of your surroundings and who's around you. And please help us keep the campus as safe as possible. Thank you.
Welcome back to Studio G. I'm Alex Bull and I'm joined by Pat Armstrong, first baseman and DH for the UNLV Rebels football. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So let's just talk about this weekend's game. You had a sweep of Air Force, but it wasn't easy.
No, it definitely wasn't easy. We knew they were going to be tough coming into play, and they put up 2 good games on Saturday and Sunday. Friday we had Eric Fetty throwing, and he shut them down pretty good. And Saturday and Sunday we won in the 9th on Saturday, and or the 10th, excuse me, on Saturday, and yesterday in the 9th, both on walk-off hits by freshman Colin Yelich, which was huge.
So when you go into a game like we had 8-7. You won 8-7 yesterday, and then you won 10-11 the day before. Mm-hmm. As a team, what goes through your mind when it's so close like that?
We love games like that. We love close games. We'd rather play close, competitive games rather than a blowout. And it gives our chance a team to really work for each other and force each other to make good plays and put together good at-bats. So we'd rather play close games like that rather than blowouts.
Well, let's talk about this season. You went on a 10-game winning streak near the Miami Heat, just not close. Talk about that. When you're on a winning streak like that, what goes through your mind as an individual?
It was great. I've never been on a winning streak that long, but just the attitude as a team was great. We were on top of the world the whole time, especially going to Stanford and beating the 9th team in the country 3 games in a row. They hadn't been swept at home in a long time, and it just all around it was a great attitude. Everyone was just happy all the time. It seemed like nothing could bring us down.
Well, you mentioned Stanford, the 9th in the nation. You're going to Stanford, a Pac-12 powerhouse.
Yep.
What was going through your mind before you started?
Before we went in there, we had high hopes. I mean, we expected to win every game, but we knew that they were going to be a tough team to play, especially against their Friday night starter, who was a top pick in the draft last year, turned down a lot of money. And you know, we went out and we played one pitch at a time, and we played together as a team. We took advantage of mistakes that they made, and we really did a great job coming together.
Well, you didn't just beat them, you destroyed them. One game was 12-2.
Yeah, after that first win, we gained a lot of confidence, thinking, okay, like we knew we were good at that point. And then once we beat them on Friday night, it's our confidence shot through the roof. And on Saturday, we just came ready to go, and they were down, and we took advantage of it, and we pounded them all day.
What's different with this UNLV team with the past UNLV teams that you've been on?
This is actually my first year playing here, but just from hearing what the other guys say, we have a great team chemistry that seemed to be missing in the past. I know a lot of seniors said that it's like a team they've never been on before. Just everyone gets along. We mold really well, and we play for each other, and that's something that they say they've never experienced before here.
We've talked a lot about the team. Let's go to you individually. What goals have you set yourself for this season and for the remaining games left?
I tend to stay more towards team goals. I just want to go out and do whatever I can to help the team win. And I think that's why we've been so successful, is because everybody focuses more on the team aspect rather than individual stats and trying to hit home runs and things. And when you're winning, individual stats come to you. So as long as we keep focused on winning ball games, the individual stuff will take care of itself.
And then after UNLV, do you have any Major League Baseball aspirations? Would you like to be?
Oh, of course. Every baseball player wants to take to the next level. I mean, realistically, I know my chances are small, and I'll end up just having a normal job like most people. But just take it day to day. You never know what could happen. The right person could see you when you have a really good day. And I have hopes to play Major League Baseball like every kid in the world that played baseball. But I just take it one day at a time and hope maybe someday that'll work out.
Well, being a student athlete, obviously you're managing schoolwork and training, and then obviously being away playing 3-game series. Mm-hmm. How do you cope?
It's tough. You just have to take advantage of any free time you have to get homework done. I like to say that I go on the road and do homework on the plane and on the bus, but that never happens. But any downtime in hotel rooms and stuff, that's when I do most of my homework.
And then because you're spending so much time with the team, is there stuff you do away from baseball?
Yeah, it doesn't end. It's after practice, it's like go home, shower, and it's immediately a text message, what are you guys doing? Let's hang out. So that's the great thing about our team is we don't get sick of each other. We all want to hang out. So whether it's just hanging out in an apartment or going bowling, something like that, we like being around each other, and I think that translates onto the field.
So away from baseball, you like to play other sports?
Anything that we're not going to get hurt playing. So bowling is
You can get hurt in bowling. You can get hurt.
We're pretty careful, but that's what we stick to, bowling. A couple of us went golfing last weekend, so it's just minor stuff, just hanging around, being loose, nothing too serious.
When you see an incident like yesterday, what happened with Louisville's, where, as an athlete yourself, being a baseball, very athletic sport, does that change your mindset now?
No, you tend not to think about injuries like that until they happen. Injuries like that, they'll give a team a great opportunity to pick each other up, and a lot of the things that I've seen about the stuff last night is all he had to say when he got hurt was, go win this game, I'll be fine, don't worry about me. And that's an attitude that we have. Our left fielder got hurt, and he came out, and the first thing he said was, let's just go win the game, don't worry about me, I'll be fine. So you don't think about injuries until they happen, but having a great team, you pick each other up and try not to worry about that stuff.
Well, that's the amount of time we've got today. Thank you very much for joining us. Me. Well, that's coming up. Let's send it back over to the desks to Heather.
And finally this afternoon, a stunning change at an Indiana minor league ballpark is something most visitors won't notice, but the visiting team sure will. This is the visiting team's locker room at Kovaleski Stadium in South Bend. Yes, it's pink. Pink walls, pink flowers, pink furnishings, even pink toilets. It's a powder room fit for a princess. Not one you'd imagine would be used for the boys of summer to gear up for a big game. The general manager of the Silverhawks says he wanted the team and the Cove to stand out. The pink locker room is certainly an eye-opener. It's part of a $600,000 renovation at the stadium this year.
That's pretty. That's really pretty. I like it.
I would love a pink room. Well, that'll do it for today's show. I'm Heather Feyerberger.
And I'm Allison Whitley. Be sure to catch up with us here every weekday at noon and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you for watching and have a great day, everybody.